Hello everybody and welcome back to our medieval Total War Viking invasion campaign as Northumbria. Here we are in the beautiful Highlands of Scotland. This is the province of Athfotla, right in the center. And a province that has been held by the Scots for quite a while now, and one which I am attempting to take back, or to take for the first time. I've never held it. And we're invading from Monmouth. Now the pre-battle screen said that we were going to be in a mountain terrain. And it said that in such a way that suggested we were not going to be attacking from lower down. We're going to have definitely some hills, some mountains, slopes on the battle map, but it's not like we're going to be massively disadvantaged. So that seems fairly reasonable. Now they could still, be up here or something. So let's just see. We've got no archers, so let's actually attack in the rain, in the miserable weather, and yeah. That's very sad. Okay, so we're going to have to go right up through the trees, most likely. Maybe they'll be up on that hill. We don't have any formations or any, deployment we can do other than set up formations, but I think this is fine, honestly. We've got some Huscarls, so let's do it. Now, the goal in this battle... Where are they? They're exactly in the trees. They're exactly in the trees. Well, that's fine. Honestly, I think it's going to... It's going to kind of hurt them in the sense that... their archers are going to be even less effective, right? I don't know. Our cav is not going to do well. Our spears are not going to do as well in the trees. But we've got some good infantry. Some infantry that is better than theirs, I would say. And they may even be conceding the forest and trying to get back further up the slope. I would stay right here if I were them. But let's just get up to the top. Okay, so they've got some regular spearmen. They've got at least 300 peasants here. Some Highland clansmen, and I know they've got some armored spearmen as well. And we probably just don't have a very good angle on them. Okay, yes, there they are. Archers are emerging from the trees, and their general is 7 royal bodyguards. This is not actually a member of the royal family currently. Let's distract them a little bit with our horsemen over to the left. And let's run these horsemen over off to the right. I don't think it'll matter all that much, honestly, because I don't think we have much of a chance of outflanking them. Okay, so we're going to have to be a little careful here. If they throw down the armored spearmen, I'm kind of happy to fight them here. Because I think we could do well. All right, there's the Highland clansmen. Let's get the Fearedmen up right at them. Okay, that's actually less good. I'm less thrilled with what they're doing right now. Maybe they're going after my cavalry? Might be what they're doing. Let's get the horsemen up here. We're just trying to peel away as many of their units as we can. Okay, woodsmen, let's go. Good, good, good. It's working. We're distracting them. We're going to potentially have a little bit of a height advantage, and if we can get them in the trees with our Celtic warriors, they'll have a terrain advantage as well. Of course, the difficulty here is we're fighting in the woods on slopes, and so my attention is going to be very distracted. Okay, peasants are going after my horsemen. I think we could win those fights anyway. I'd really prefer to deal with the archers, though, with our cav. Just a big outflank. Okay, Highland clansmen are winning. Royal bodyguards versus our Huscarls. I think that's all good. Let's see, we got Fearedmen here. Okay, they caught some of our horse, but we're just going to ignore that. And let's get our cavalry. Actually, let's bring the other horsemen over here. I'm not sure that I want to go after the archers now. All right, how's this going? 5 royal bodyguards, 45 feared. Let's fight them. The Highland clansmen are dying. Okay, good. Let's just capture the heights. All right, and we're losing some spearmen. That's really not surprising. And the horsemen back through. Actually, let's hit the peasants. I don't want the horsemen to get caught by the spears. Okay, I think we've got the Saxon Huscarls roughly where we want them. Let's start them attacking. Starting to get some captives. All right, this is a very weird battle. Peasants chasing our routers, catching up to them. Let's get the Fearedmen down here. There's only 2 royal bodyguards. We might not need them. I think this is going to be fine. Hit the armored spears in the back with our Feared, and the Saxon Huscarls have the high ground. They should be good there. What's this? Peasants. All right, let's hit them. All right, these peasants are routing. Great. Oh my gosh, what are the archers doing? All right, peasants versus mounted sergeants. I think we'll keep that battle going. Highland clansmen. Okay, so I'm trying to keep an eye on things to see if there's really any chance of us getting the settlement. All right, peasants are routing there. That's good. Let's go get the archers with our general, I guess. I'm not too worried about any of this, honestly. 2 royal bodyguards. And I know we're not going to be good in the trees, but our cavalry is fighting badly in the woods. But we do have a little bit of support here. There they go. Armored spearmen running away. Yep, they're going to get away. There's going to be a few men left in Affodla in the fort. Let's see. I think our general has enough valor that he can take on these archers too. Let's risk that. Let's leave that peasant and come down here to support the general fighting these other archers. Now, where's their general? Okay, he slipped away from us. He's probably heading back to the castle. But I don't think he's very good. All these guys can get away as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, we did great against those archers. Didn't lose a single man. Get over the archers. I'd like to take them out as much as we can to avoid having to fight them in a siege. So maybe let's... Nah, we'll stay on those peasants, I guess. Okay.
Craven horse son that he is, the enemy general flees.
Alright, we might get him. He might squirm out through the ranks here.
Your soldiers now
there we
hold
go.
Prisoner the wretched enemy general.
Alright, and that's it. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. We did, of course, take quite a few casualties up here on this hill. I think this is a lot of our cavalry not doing too well in the woods, probably. A lot of our feared, or what was this? Spearmen, I think. So, you know, there's not too much we can do when you're on the downhill of a slope like that. I could have taken a bit more time with it, possibly, and gotten some better results, but let's just speed up the battlefield here. Where are they? Okay, there we go. 302 men. You know, I'm not interested in a ransom at this point. I'd rather... We don't have a lot of troops up here, and I don't want them to buy them back and just have to fight them next turn, so let's just eliminate those survivors. There's only a few guys in the fort. Okay, it looks like they are setting up for an attack on Fib, unfortunately. That stinks. Okay. Now look at that wall. Okay, maybe that's the stockade. No, that can't be. That should be the fortified place. Maybe this is the fort? We didn't get to a fort level, though, did we? That's just the square map there is just throwing me off a little bit. I didn't think the fortified village looked like that with such a wall. Let's, you know, let's fight it out, I guess. Since I haven't seen that battle map in a very long time. Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's really cool. I guess this is the stockade. But I think this must be a the third level, which name is escaping me, the fortified village. But the wall name just remains the same for all of them. So this is pretty decent. On the the campaign map, it does not look nearly so formidable. So we're going to have 2 units of 50. So this is interesting how they do this, because they recognized that you could, in a way, have one guy, but it's not going to be pretty, right? Have 1 unit of 100 men, but it's not going to be easy to move them around. So what we'll do is just post them here in various places, get some choke points, I guess. We don't know where they're starting from, do we? It's just trees. Okay, here they come. Right the front gate, basically. Now, because these walls are wood, and there's no towers or anything, so they're not going to be under any fire, and they're still going to be able to hack them down at any point on the wall. They don't have to come through the gate. Looks like they might anyway. Oh no, they're going right for the stockade. Okay. So this is going to be bad. I guess the best we can hope for is to get them using the buildings to our advantage, right? So they have to funnel through. Oh, there are shots being fired. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, they've taken some losses. Wow. Okay, this is better than I thought. I've underestimated the defenses here a little bit. It's hard to tell where those arrows are coming from, but alright, so those clansmen are going to come through. Hopefully we'll have these buildings anchoring us a little bit. I don't think we can get much closer, so we'll just stay there. Spearmen.
And the enemy is upon it.
Alright, so we've got some time. We can bring in the other half unit. Alright, let's see if we can outflank him. Oof. Yeah, this is just going to come down to stats. And they've got a... Wow, yeah. This is going to be a short one. That is very... It's oddly satisfying to watch how quickly they just munch through a unit of Fearedmen. That's amazing. So they lost not quite half of their men. But, oh gosh, that hurts so bad. They destroyed 4 facilities, damaged 2, pillaged 875. Now, I don't think that comes out of my treasury, but that's the buildings that they destroyed. That's the money they got for them. So that's going to be very bad for us. Thankfully, our king does have that magnificent builder trait. So Edgefrith got scant mercy. That gives him +1 dread. So slaughtering prisoners will, I think, always give you this trait, unless you've already done it, in which case it's going to give you another level of that trait. There's, I think, a total of 3. Okay, so nothing spectacular. He's a zealot. All right, so their future king is going to be a good ruler of religious provinces, for whatever that is worth. Okay, so actually I wanted to check his... Alright, we're still at 4, which is interesting. I would have thought we would be down to 3 influence after losing Fib, but I guess it makes sense because we've picked up Athfodla instead. So, now what I want to do is come down here. That certainly opens up Moray to counterattack, but we'll just put the taxes down to very low. Maybe I'll move in something. because the Scots have almost nothing here, really. So if they attack us here, oof, I kind of need all of this, don't I? All right, let's move you. And Dalriada looks very good, actually. Let's go with a unit of Feared. Let's go with a unit of Feared and Monoth. And we don't have many. We're only making 167. We're not getting any cash out of Athfodla. We're going to have to assault this one, but thankfully there's only 2 clansmen and 5 armored spearmen holed up inside the fort, and we'll get some plunder off of that. So that will be something we do in the next turn or two. But hopefully this army can hit Fib and take it back pretty easily. Now we don't have anything nearby, sadly. I didn't think ahead that far to move troops up. But we haven't been training either. Okay, Bjornis, we need to think about this. We've got fewer than 100 men here, and that makes me a little paranoid. Let's get an archer. Yeah, you're the Earl of Cumbria. I should probably move you up. Let's actually train a Fearedman. That'll be 100 guys we can leave here, hopefully. And then we can move you up north towards Cumbria. Actually, Cumbria's over here. Regardless, I could use him in the north, I think. And yeah, the other main thing about this this turn is observing the war between the Mercians and the Saxons, which has worked out to kind of a stalemate. You can see that the Mercians are training stuff. The Saxons have slowed down a little bit, but they're still capable of training these Huscarls, which they seem very inclined to do in Somerset for some reason, despite this being the Valor bonus for them. So I guess that's good for me. We don't have to worry about too many extra Valored Huscarls, but they do have quite a few in Huica, and this is a place that the Mercians and Saxons have been going after. So what we're working on here is getting the fortified village so we can get up to stables so that we can train the bonus Valor Horsemen in Deafness. Then we'll eventually, hopefully, get this up to take advantage of the iron and train some other troops down here too. I want to be able to get, you know, Fearedmen like you normally do. And then we will, when the moment looks right, we'll move inland more. I think probably the best move would be not to take Somerset, because that would just encourage a counterattack from this big force here, but go to Dorset. Right, we go over this, take this pretty easily, potentially, and then go up into Wessex. But again, the problem is just the borders and keeping enough forces to prevent a counterattack. So we may do some weird attacks just to bleed off enemy forces. And then in Scandinavia, we are working on conversion and rebellion, essentially. We've got the loyalty in Jutland down to 91%, 21% Catholicism thanks to our bishops, and here we're well over 50% in Hordaland. So that's looking pretty good. Loyalty there is quite high. That's where their king is. Now, the Vikings, in the last episode, at the very end of it, attacked East Anglia, and they failed, but it was still interesting. This is the first thing I've seen the Vikings do in a very long time. So if, you know, I was thinking maybe they're done attacking, maybe they're just going to stagnate on Scandinavia. That is not necessarily the case. They've got ships in just about all the sea provinces, and they are certainly capable of grabbing some land for themselves. If they had sent a larger force, they would have taken this. So, with that said, we also have some ships that we need to take care of. This is a boat of the Saxons. We'll attack that, see if that's going to work. I think they've been moving this ship in and out of the Anglesey sea region and then back into the Bjornsay. And the idea is that we're not catching them, because you won't just go endlessly chasing after boats. The game, I think, does a speed calculation, rolls a dice, and figures out if you actually catch up to it. But the Saxons are training ships, and so they're probably going to make this a naval war, because maybe that's more cost-effective to them than training a bunch of troops and trying to get Deafness back. All right, but with that, I think we've just got to, I guess just hold on here, right? Like, we I think, shouldn't have much trouble taking Fib. So let's see. All right, no big attacks into Huica from Mercia now. So, our I think this was the bodyguard of a former prince, Edgefrith, who's since taken over. Very nice general currently, and we are outnumbered. But I think we're okay, because even though this guy has 4 stars, he's a unit of horsemen, And I still think one of our horsemen with its armor upgrade and 4 valor would do very well against him and probably just eliminate this unit entirely. So that's the matchup I'm going to go for. And let's see, there are royal bodyguards there. We could probably get another unit of horse to take them out. We're going to need to reserve some for the archers, and then they do have 1 unit of Highlanders. But the terrain here looks pretty decent, because this time we're attacking from the Highlands. So we might have a slight advantage. Let's go for the... Oh, I should have waited. I keep forgetting that we have no archers in this army. But yeah, you can see that again, the game represents where you're attacking from. And so I think the battle map would have said something like mountains and flatlands. And so we're going to get this bonus. So let's run everybody. We want to get to the crest of the hill. Okay, there's their general. Let's just send you over there. I'll take you out of the group. And I'll take you out of the group too. We'll send you 2 units to deal with that. I'm all of a sudden not too worried about the archers because we're just going to rush our infantry down. Okay, clansmen on the right, but it's mostly peasants. They got some spearmen. So I think we'll set our... let's see. Let's go with a feared against their spears. Right, go after some peasants. Yes, even the single spearman. Right, they're gonna try to take this. All right, let's get up here fast with our horsemen then. All right, that's probably gonna work out for them. Oh, they could have made it. I think they could have made it. Bring the horsemen over with the general. All right, we got him sort of on an even slope now, so let's go straight for him. Let's go for the archers with our feared. Then let's go for their general or their royal bodyguards. Actually, I think we don't need our general to get involved necessarily. Let's get him from the flank. I think everybody's committed. And I think this is where our weapon upgrades are going to have to win out, and just the superiority of our troops over their peasants. Highland clansmen are still doing okay, but I think they'll rout with the rest of them. Alright, they're down to just 2 horsemen. We did great with that battle. And then we'll be free up to chase their archers. So let's pull our cavalry out, actually. Highlanders are still in it. Great. Alright, we gotta go after their archers. 2 horsemen, there you go. I don't know if we'll be able to catch all of them anyway. Yeah, they're very close to the edge of the battle. Right, let's take you out of your formation. You can just engage at will. Yeah, it's going to be very close. They're going to have a few men. Okay, so we'll just speed that up. Go after those archers. Okay, I should have paid a bit more attention. But maybe there's going to be enough in the fort anyway that we can just time it out after a couple of years. I'm not under a great deal of pressure, I guess. Although they do have their king and some other troops up in the north. Yeah, let's do the same. Let's see what his next trade is going to be. So, conquered Fib, slaughtered our way through the Highlands and back down to Fib. And we did lose a ship in that attack. That's unfortunate. Okay, the Welsh leader has died. His heir has taken over command. Okay, Athotla has so few men that we definitely need to assault. Alright, an assassin in Gwynedd with the Welsh, and that's our spy getting the valor for that, I bet. Okay, Prince Redwolf. Let's check and see if he's next in line, because I can't remember, you know, if he's a nephew or a son. Materialist and Great Warrior, both very nice. Okay, Redwald is a man of principle. Oswald, clever with words. Edgefrith, no mercy. So this is the next level. He shows no mercy and has killed many prisoners, but is possibly too eager to do so, which deprives his men of their share of the ransom. +2 dread, -1 morale. So I knew one of these was going to have a bad effect. So you can do the executing prisoners one time, and that'll give you the scant mercy trait, which is fine, +1 dread. But then the no mercy trait is when you do that the second time with the same general, and it does have an extra dread bonus, but the morale debuff. If you do it a third time, I don't know if that gives you a new one. I know that there is a level Butcher, which is for when you slaughter more than, I think, 500, or maybe it's more than 1,000 men in a single fight. And if that occurs, it's like +3 dread, but there's no penalty to morale. So it's just an all-around good trait. So we've got feared here. Let's bring you there. And I guess we could assault. And I'm inclined to auto-resolve it if we do. Let's keep the feared right here. So these are both surprisingly loyal men. But we're now up to 5 influence. So great. So even though we lost Fib, we took it back and then added Athotla as well. So that was enough to give us an extra crown of influence, I'm assuming. It could also be that just after a certain amount of time, the ruler is going to increase his influence, but that tends not to happen very much on the Viking map. So I think this is just down to us getting territory. But this is awesome. Prince Redwolf, 16 years old, full loyalty, 3 command. Let's see, is he next in line? He is. All right. So Anred here, it's actually awesome that he has his loyalty traits. That's actually awesome because he is the he's actually the current king, Elfwald's nephew. Anred is from a previous, from Elfwald's older brother, something like that. But Prince Redwolf is presumably Elfwald's son. So he came along just in time. Now, let's check out our alliances. You can see that we are no longer at war with the Picts like we were in the last episode. So we had an emissary trying for a ceasefire, but because we had moved boats away and waited a turn, we just get that ceasefire. So we don't need to keep him here anymore, although we might try for maybe a hand in marriage. Let's see. We are at war with the Scots, and unfortunately the Scots and the Irish are at war, or allied. Let's try an Irish princess anyway. Let's see, 32, 29. Yeah, let's try the 32-year-old. Maybe that'll be good. The other thing that I'm wondering about is the game does track princesses' age to a certain extent, right? Like in that, if your prince or any princesses, your princesses get to a certain age, they will just retire and go to a nunnery. I don't think it tells you when they die, but I think they must. Right? Or maybe there is no death. Maybe they're not tracked at all after that, after they disappear from the campaign map. But my question is, when a princess is married, does her life beyond that marriage, is that continued to be tracked, or is that just not counted by the game anymore? Because what happens is, of course, you have her married, and then that is the cue for her husband to start producing heirs. And then sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, of course. But you would think that both of them would need to be alive in order for children to arrive, right? But I'm not sure if the game actually treats it that way. If the game just looks at the ring on the guy's character portrait and says, okay, we can spit out a kid every few years for this character, right? And it tracks it through the male line. That would make sense from like a programming standpoint, I would think. But maybe they have it set up more like in Rome, where although there is no representation of the female character on the campaign map, you can see them in the family tree, and you are notified when they die in Rome Total War. When a certain noblewoman dies, you get a message about that. And at that point, I never considered this before, but at that point in Rome Total War, a family member who's married can't remarry, right? They only have the one wife. And then when she dies, that's it. Like, he can't get any other wives. And so no more kids for him, right? They're extremely strictly monogamous in Rome Total War. But anyway, in this game, I'm not sure how that works. The reason I'm so concerned about this is how that works in terms of inheritance. So we're trying to maybe arrange an inheritance over the Irish, because they get a lot of territory. They're not at war with us. We could theoretically ally with them. We were allied with them for a while. And we could theoretically also assassinate them and eliminate their royal line. Now, they do have an heir who just came of age, 16 years old. But, theoretically, we could kill both of these guys, and we've been trying at various points in the campaign. And so I've been reading, okay, what are the factors, right? And on the forums, some people will claim, okay, it can be the son of the current king if he's married to a princess of the land you want to take over, or maybe it can be the king himself as long as he's married to a princess of the land you want to take over. But I'm wondering if the princess needs to be alive. So in other words, if we marry this 32-year-old and she gets married, but she's older, and so maybe in 20 years she dies of old age, and does at that point, are we still able to inherit? I don't know. I don't know if there's any way to measure this stuff. But we are going to ask for it anyway. I don't know that there are very good odds. Let's see if the Picts and the Scots are allied. They are. Okay, so we will need to sort out these sieges. Let's just let this one go. And we're bringing in troops, and let's assault here. And I think I'm going to auto-calc that one, but I'm going to leave troops in Monmouth. And we're not making much money, so let's not build or train anything. Okay, and here, yep, more Saxon Huscarls, damn. Okay, but we can move you, now that we've got 100 men in Bernicia, and we've got ships here, so I'm not worried if the Vikings go nuts, we can change that. Let's move you up, though. The new heir, Red Wolf, which is a very cool name. Yeah, let's move him up here to ski. And he's got a somewhat decent army here. We will start making a little bit of money. Let's go for a feared minion. We can't just have 60 guys. So we will get income happening here with Domon because we're no longer at war with them. And then all the way from ski down. Okay. Okay, Dunacton, we're going to auto-calc this one. This should really work. Yes, we lost 12 men. That seems about right. And we pillaged over 1,000. Very good for us, although we've downgraded a lot of the place. Okay, we got some cash. We ransomed some men. That's the thing, you can't control the executions when you're not playing the battle yourself. Okay, the Picts are super happy. That's fine. And Fib's about to fall. Regretfully declined, so we're not marrying into the Irish family yet. Ooh. Okay. Mercians want to ally with us. Jeez. We probably want to do that. They're at war with the Vikings. I mean, Red Wolf is currently unmarried. And this would probably be easier than trying to get the Irish again. Although we could maybe do it. What I'm thinking is we could end the war with the Scots, like in a few turns. Probably we could eliminate them because they have nothing up here. So Fib is gonna fall. We just bring a few, an army into Moray, an army into Kate, and it's done. And then we've got all of this land. We can eventually get up to the Orkneys. And then when we're not at war with the Scots, and we're not at war with the Picts, we could be allied with the Irish. But maybe that's something we can do a little bit later anyway. So let's let's say yes for now. You know, the Mercians also have a lot of land. They might be in a civil war type situation. Maybe we can inherit there. Let's do it. We're now allied with the Mercians, and if the Saxons start to do well, I guess the advantage here is that we can relieve the Mercians if they're under siege. Okay, minus 50% to bribery cost for Lord Ethelwulf. Okay, that's okay. Yep, lots, my gosh, lots of men here. Good infrastructure in Hwicca too. Okay, but again, you can see that they're training Huscarls, but they're not really leaving him at Dorset, although they are moving him down to they're not in Somerset so much, but they are moving him into Dorset. Okay, so we'll go for stables here now, and we could use some cav in this army. It's a decent army though, honestly, but I think we will. Yeah, we gotta get the economy going. So Athfotlaw is ours. Let's raise the taxes a little bit. Let's see how the feared look. They look pretty good. And how's your influence? Still at 5. Very nice. You are 15. We got to move you somewhere useful. I guess I can see every place, so I don't strictly need her down here. Maybe cannot, because we don't have eyes on that. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 2 Valor Spies and 3 Valor Assassin, rather. Now again, I think he's married to an Irish woman. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just married to a regular old princess, but maybe his mom's Irish. So like, I'm thinking, do I go for it right now? We could 50% chance of taking him out. Well, let's just do that. I mean, we'll work up some of our assassins anyway. And if it doesn't work, then, you know. Alright, so don't cancel that. I want to pick you up. And maybe let's leave the 3-star guy, but, now let's do it. 66%. So that he's the fail-safe. I think the order of operations there is that the first queued guys go in, but I'm not 100% on that. Oh, that's right. Okay, we want to keep feared men here and move the 60 archers up here. All right, now we can wait in Fib. This is about to fall, so next season it'll fall. And who do we want to rule Athfotlaw? It does have a quill of acumen, which feels really wasted because there's very little here for infrastructure. It's not ever going to be a rich province, but at least we get the abbey still. Let's grab a woodman, I think, even though they're not going to get the valor bonus. And I think that'll be good. I want to keep my money around just in case we want to buy some mercenaries suddenly. Okay, assassin strikes in Doman. Probably Pictish. Alright, so that's a failure. Alright, that worked, and that got him up to 4 stars. Oh, what's this? Okay, the Saxons, I'm assuming, tried to attack us in the Irish Sea. I didn't notice that. Alright, we got Fib back, but it's going to cost us in the long run. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's get our 4-star assassin out, then. I can't remember if this was the same guy who was the 3-star, but probably he was. Okay, so Don Chad is now 32. No family tree. No family members. You know, with our money, let's go ahead. Let's invest in a fort in Darrow. Let's train a couple of assassins because we've got 4,000 in the bank. We can afford it, I think. Fib, oh gosh, all that infrastructure. It had a port, it had a trader, it had iron. We had a lot going on in Fib. We've still got the basic farms, at least. So I guess what I could do, let's see, what's this making? A 390, 466. Yeah, let's invest in economy just a little bit here. And we'll move, let's see, you're the Thane of Kyle, so I'll leave you behind. And, geez, I can't train anything here. This is really sad. All Alright, but I wanted to bring you up, but maybe honestly I don't need you anymore. I think we got plenty of stuff. In Moray, they can't even train anything. And they're not much better in Kate. So I'm not sure if I even need to wait around. Yep, that's good. Let's leave behind one of you 100 guys. The most loyal one, I guess. And I'll move you up. Let's actually switch. We do need someone to be Thane of Fib, but it's not going to be you. Okay, so let's do that for now. We can actually train archers in Atfola, which is nice. Let's get another feared unit, and then I think we really get to stop. Oh, but I'd like to build boats. Damn, that's kind of what I was working up to. Let's go for a longboat then over here, because I have a feeling we're going to need it. They're going to keep trying to get ships over there. Oh, I forgot to move the main part of my army. Okay, I don't know that we really want to do this, but maybe we do, actually. I meant to move Prince Redwolf over also, but let's just go for it. King Conall and Lord Olaf. We got a couple of strong spears and some woodsmen. So this is, you know, not what I intended to do. We probably would have just forced them out entirely, so maybe this will work out nicely. We can actually kill the king. Okay, they're probably going to be right up here. No, they're right in front of us, but they're moving over to the hill. The hills are not great for Cav, I guess. But they're a little better in the sense that I don't think they get as tired as we will walking up the hill. I'm not sure. That's definitely the way it is in Rome anyway. Oh, jeez. Okay. Going for my woodsman faster than I expected. Let's get our general over, because he's probably going to come down and try to hit one of them in the flanks. Let's see. Have we killed any of them? I don't think we have yet. Oh, jeez. I need the woodsman. Alright, let's pull them back. This armored spearman unit is a decent governor. Oh gosh. Alright, they're not going to go for my woodsman, they're going to go for my general's unit. I think. Maybe they are going to go for the woodsman. Okay, yep, they did go for them. Immediately routed them. Well, no sense in waiting. How are you doing here? Very weird. We got our woodsman back. Okay, actually, maybe not too bad. Losing slightly, but still got 51 men. Oh-ho. Alright, they're going away. They saved their king, but he had to flee, essentially. Very cool, we conquered Moray. I would have liked to kill the king in that battle, but that worked out better than expected. Okay, the Mercians are strongest. Okay, looks like the Saxons are now spreading their forces a bit more evenly. Alright, Mercians, you gotta take them on here. I can't help you with that. I can't access Wicca unless I take Somerset, and I'm not in a position to do that from where I am. Okay, Colwyn got a rank. And that was my armored spearman unit, I think. We got our stables in Devon. Redwald is a blackmailer. Okay, so we gotta watch that. That's -3 loyalty. Not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was maybe as bad as 6. Okay. And this is gonna be very bad. We've got a 5 loyalty or 5 influence king. We're gonna need to see if we got space. Okay, good. So he can fit in there. Actually, we could put the entire stack under the command of one of our Huskarls, but we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 units of Huskarls just sitting here, and 1 more in Pexetin. Okay, so when it's time to go, we will be in a good position, I think. So we can train horsemen immediately. Let's do one of those. All right, 858. So that's partly as a result of Fib and partly as a result of us taking Moray, although unfortunately we're not going to be getting any farming out of here. There's no abbey, but I wonder if we're trading. So let's take a look here. If we check out Moray, okay, there's no trading income. Sometimes, let's see where there is. Okay, like here, local trade income 44, that's Diera. So we're just trading locally here. We're not doing any sea trade. What's a place that does have it? Reggit. Right, so we're trading here. Now this tells imports and exports, right? So we've got no imports coming in any of these provinces, but we're exporting to all of these provinces our mead that we're building or assembling or whatever, brewing in Reggit. But sometimes you'll see imports, and that's when the AI has a fleet and a trading post connected to your port. So we could be getting imports in Moray, theoretically. It's got no trade goods, so we could accept anything that's produced on this map. The problem is the Vikings don't have any trade buildings at all, right? No merchants. So they're not, even though they have the infrastructure, they got the ports, they've got the ships network all in place, they don't have the merchant. All right, this is actually shockingly bad. We need to get a warrior hold immediately, and we're going to move up these troops. Let's take... Okay, you're actually looking fantastic. Let's put you in charge of Fib. And you guys can move up to Athfotla, I guess. You can move up to Moray. Alright, that's very bad. $64. Why is that so bad? Maybe there's a spy in here. So let's actually move you over. And I'm going to lower taxes just to be safe in Monmouth. And in Ski. I mean, I don't want to completely strip this place of troops. I guess the only place we could be attacked is Kate. So we could split it, right? Like we take, we leave you here. Maybe put you in charge of Ski. That's decent. And then we just move you all up. And, oh yeah, we want to move some of you into Moray. So we're moving you up to Kate to take out the last of the Scots. And they've got 1 unit of clansmen. They got 2 full units of clansmen and 2 cavalry. I just don't know if even if we moved all of these guys, would that be enough? Okay, that would be. Okay, we gotta leave him here and then move him over. What about that? 88. All right, let's forget that and let's do a warrior or a watchtower instead. That plus the spy, I think, will be good for the next turn. And I'm a little concerned about this attack now. But it's 2 cav. We've got 2 cav. They've got better valor. Let's see. It's going to be mountains, so that's not good. But we've got archers and they don't. Yeah, maybe we want to wait. We want to be a little cautious. I don't want to attack and have our prince and heir, who's married to a Mercian princess, get bad traits on his first outing. So I'd love to see a break in this stalemate in the south. Yeah, the Mercians just shuffling stuff around. Oh, there's a civil war. My gosh. Whoa. Okay. So, I don't know what precipitated this. This is the same king, but presumably he just had bad enough influence. And I'm a little disappointed we don't get any of these guys. So I would have thought we're kind of... I thought we were in the royal family somewhat. Alright, but that's what we're doing. We're trying to get the Scots off our back completely. Okay, alright. Low, low. Okay, we can go. Let's go to very low in mana. Making 1,000, so, I mean, we're not doing that bad, actually. Let's train a few spies in Kyle. Yeah, let's just fill it all up so I at least see what I'm trying to do. And then we'll have some guys to send around. Alright, let's go for a boat. We need to get a boat. This could be very bad, actually, because they could invade my territory if they have a ship here. So I guess I need to start thinking about that. We do have a ship that we're building here, and my intention with this is to send it around, maybe all the way around. So we'll have a long ship, and we won't have to go through Saxon waters to get it where we want it. Well, hopefully we won't get invaded by the Saxons in the north. That would be pretty interesting. But up here, with regard to the Scottish, that's actually looking really good, 200%. And we can actually get some mercenaries, but they're just regular spearmen, so not worth it. Let's go for the warrior hold, and let's send... Geez, do I want to send Red Wolf? Might not be a bad idea. Get him a little bit of battle experience. Okay, so here again, they are training now. Now they're training. Now they're building. So let's leave... I want to leave the general here. And maybe we'll use him in taking the Orcades. So yeah, let's just throw these units all in. Ski looks fine. Moth looks fine. That is, let's see, 1, 2 units of spears, 3 essentially. We've got 3 archers. Got a unit of woodsmen. Got a couple of units of cav. I think we should go ahead and throw in the mercenaries too. I mean, there's barely any of them. And let's actually get all the cav. Okay, and let's check out Scandinavia. Still 91% loyalty here. They're getting very lucky that there's not a rebellion. 65% Catholicism, 22% in Jutland. Okay, we're invading Kate. A nice battle by the beach. And this is going to be the last gasp of the Scottish dynasty. This should open us up to get an alliance with the Irish. Maybe get an Irish princess once we get another heir to come of age. And then maybe see about sending some of our super valored assassins to continue pruning their royal family. Okay, I think this is good. Open with the archers. Where are they? Way up on the hill? Probably just over this crest. Yep, okay. And again, there's not too many of them here. But you can see they're probably clustered around the trees. so take out those Highlanders before they get to the spear line. Okay, they're going to do a good number on my horsemen, but I think we thinned them out enough with our archers. Here come the cavalry, the main force of the army. Let's run our feared line out. Armored spearmen too. Good. All right, now I think they've got a fort here somewhere. So I'd love to take out that Highland clansman before he gets to the edge of the map. All right, we did it. Very nice. More Highlanders here. Let's leave our cavalry to chase down routers. I want to be kind of careful with that this time. All right, let's go right after the king now. They're going to cut right through our line of light infantry because I wasn't paying attention to that. But our feared men are waiting just behind. I guess we could throw the gallow glasses in to kind of squirm through the lines. Highlanders are losing badly, but I think that's okay. We can get our king in on the mix too. Oops. Okay. I wanted 7, and I wanted them to attack, not to change the camera view. All right, let's get our heir to earn his spurs here on these royal bodyguards, the King of Scotland. All right, and we need to make sure we get all of those clansmen who are running for the hills. But I think we got it. I think we can get it and avoid a siege, too. What are you guys firing at?
The enemy king flees.
All right.
No thought of his royal dignity.
Now we got to catch him. I mean, he's surrounded by spears and horse. Okay, there we go. Great, I think we got it all. 33 men left. Kate conquered and 1,375 pillaged. I am surprised there's that much. That's probably the Abbey, unfortunately. Okay, so we're seeing things ramp up a bit. The Mercians are withdrawing, so the Saxons are attacking Middlesex, which is right here. And that means they're trying to seize the initiative, right? That'll really protect Wessex for them. Okay, and that'll... Oh, they're moving over towards me, though. So maybe the Mercians will move down. Okay, rebels retreating from Connaught. Ransom refused. Faction eliminated. The Scottish leader has been captured and executed. No errors. And we do have to worry about a reemergence, potentially. Okay, now the Welsh want to ally with me. All right, this is all very good. Let's hold off on that. I'm going to wait for a Welsh princess, if I can. What do we have here? Any Irish princes coming of age? Don Chad's 35. He's nervous. And they've still got strong rebel provinces in Lothian and Ulster. Very good. They don't have Ulster yet. They're probably going to lose it, in fact. But the Irish are going to kind of weaken themselves here. Now, he's in a border fort province currently, and Ulster is too, so that's a bit unfortunate. It's going to make it harder. But if the king does move down into, like, Lothian or Munster or Brega, those are all fair game for my assassins. So let's just see. Okay, they're moving that boat like they don't have any clear plan for it. Well, we'll just move ours. No. We want to see what we've got. We've got boats, just a regular boat. So I'm going to move the longship up and around again, and hopefully he'll be able to intercept this Saxon ship, whatever it is. And at least we're not going to be invaded, because they don't have an unbroken line of ships, right? Okay, well, I think that makes a good point for us to end the episode. Unfortunately, it's not quite as conclusive as I had hoped it would be. I really thought that we were going to see a definitive answer to how things are going in the south. But if I had to guess, my prediction is next episode, the Mercians are going to counterattack here. They're probably going to feel strong enough to do that. Maybe they'll even attack into Wicken. The Saxons are possibly going to move one or both of these stacks to reinforce. And the Mercians are probably going to be in possession of Middlesex again, right? So I don't think things are going to change very much. But if the Saxons can take this and hold it, then the Mercians are done, because they only got 5 provinces, right? If we count just the numbers of provinces that they own outright, the Saxons have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Mercians had it was basically even. And all these provinces are similar in terms of their wealth. I think they get richer once you get down to like here. But for the most part, having an even number of all these English provinces south of the Humber is basically equal. But I guess we'll see. We'll have to see in the next episode how it's going to unfold, and that means I'm going to have to think about, when do I want to attack? Where do I want to attack? I've got to bring some troops down if I'm going to help out my Deafness outpost. We've got some cavalry, though, and we've got enough money to queue up some buildings. We could go for even more valor with the horse farmer, or we could go for the spearman to take advantage of the iron resource that we can have here. I think that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and train another cav unit just because, and we'll see what the next turn is going to bring. So I hope you'll join me for that. Until then, take care.